Welcome everybody, my name is Juan and today I'm going to show you an intermediate trick. What I have right here is the profit per subcategory of the Superstore, nothing too excited or that you're not familiar with. And what I'm going to show you is how to do absolute references, the same ones from Excel, but then in Tableau. So for example, how can I compare the profit of each subcategory against, let's say, the one from tables or the one from phones, papers? Is essentially the same method. In Excel, this is really simple, but if you happen to know SQL, you might know that this requires a subquery and it's not so simple. But today I'm going to show you how exactly I will tackle this problem in Tableau. I understand that this is getting easier and easier to make, but today I'm going to show you the solution that has been the right solution since version 9. And I really hope that in 2 years, when you're watching this video, there is a way of doing this that is going to be a lot easier than this. But let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new calculation. We're going to call it tables profit. As I told you, I'm using tables just as an example. You could use any of the other subcategories. I'm going to start this one with an if statement. Its subcategory is equal to tables, then profit, else no. And limit here. Here's the interesting thing in Tableau. If I were to erase this else null, I'm going to get exactly the same result. By default, if I didn't specify an else statement, Tableau is going to understand that I want a null in there. Yes, so you know. Then I click OK here, add it to our table. And what we see is that now we have the right value, but it's only in one of the cells. What we want to do is we want to take this value and populate it in all of the other cells. How do we do that? Well, we have to write a nested level of detail calculation. If you're not familiar with level of detail calculations, for this tutorial, you're going to be fine. Just learn a little bit how it works, but I would definitely recommend you to dig more into this topic. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a fixed calculation. I'm not going to explain that much what is fixed, but you should check it out. Subcategory, sum. What I'm essentially doing right here is I'm recreating this same view here. As you see, I have subcategory right after fix, which is also here present subcategory. Then I have some up here and some up here of this field, which is essentially the sum of this. Gonna click on apply, nothing happens yet. Then this is where the magic happens. In order to make this work, we need to run a nested calculation. And for that, we're gonna write here max, close it again. And suddenly it populates the whole table. Now, the first question that some people might be asking is why exactly max? The answer is very simple. If you remember closely, let me erase this here. There was only one value here. The minimum, the maximum, the average, and the median of that same value is going to be 17,725. Let me prove it to you really quickly. Let's try with the min. Close it like this. Space. The same would happen with the mean, the same would happen with an average. But my tip for you is try not to use sum for this particular purpose, because if you have more than one row with tables, which is often the case, then it can happen that you get a duplicated or triplicated value. I think the best thing is to use another aggregation. I choose max because the class is always full, I guess. And there you have it. You have the profit of the tables in every single row. Now look what happens, something very interesting. When I click here once again and add another level, all of the profits have changed to that individual levels, but the calculation that we just built is still 17,000. So it is robust regardless of what exactly I add in the view. And that's the whole purpose of using a calculation with fixed. From here, it is very simple. If you want to calculate the difference profit, then you can simply just press Ctrl, drag these calculations, press Ctrl, drag this calculation, click on OK, and then add this one to our table. You can also make it look a bit pretty. Right click here, default properties, number format. This is, I believe, a standard currency of the US, no problem. And now it looks like a normal thing. For those of you that don't know, when you change the default properties of a number here in the data pane, it's gonna change in all of your cheats. If I were to do exactly the same thing here on format and a number, it's only gonna change for these worksheets. So I know that I always want to see it in dollars, and that's why I changed it here. Let's recap the solution that we created. I first created a calculation called tables profit, which is essentially a nested formula that first says if the subcategory is equal to tables. In fact, if you want to make this a little bit more dynamic, you can create a sub-parameter. Let's call it create subcategory. This is going to be a string list, add from field. I don't know if you guys know already this trick. And now I have exactly all of the fields that I would have. I'm going to make this parameter visible. There you have it. Now, instead of writing tables and hard coding it, I'm just going to here reference to our parameter. Now this is not anymore for tables. Let's give it a, hopefully you guys can give it a better name to this. And what you can see is that it now changes depending on what we want to compare it to. This trick is particularly useful. You can do it with any type of question, with compared to a certain country, compared to a certain year, compared to a certain whatever. I hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you the next time.